Well, after a long wait, it's finally here. Pokemon Go. And everybody's ready to start catching Pokemon. But there aren't a lot of guides out there. But we're going to help you get started in the world of Pokemon Go. The first thing you're going to run into is the new professor, and he's going to be your guide, just like in all the other Pokemon games. After you've met him, you're going to create your character. While there aren't a lot of options, the ones that are there are very anime-esque, and most fans will appreciate it. The first thing you're going to do, after the creation of your character and catching your first Pokemon, is head to a Pokestop, as directed by the professor. Now, Pokestops are represented by blue cubes on your overview map. You're simply going to walk towards one of these to interact with it. Once you've clicked on a Pokestop, all you need to do is spin the icon and you'll be rewarded with either Pokeballs or eggs at low level. Generally speaking, Pokestops are going to be monuments, statues, libraries, churches, things of that nature. Now let's move on to the reason you're playing Pokemon, to catch them all. Wandering around, you're going to be able to find Pokemon of all types and variety, specifically ones from the original 150. But one of the most important things that most people don't realize starting out is that you actually have to walk. Yep, that's right. You've got to have the app open, on, and walk up to a Pokestop to interact with it. Then, once you've gotten all the goodies that Pokestop has to offer, you're going to need to walk to another Pokestop and interact with it. And then be off on your merry way, hopefully to find more Pokemon. Now, if you're like me, you like to drive around looking for your Pokemon. And you can drive up to your Pokestop to collect your items, but you will not be able to find Pokemon wandering in the wild if you're driving too fast. Most everything I've read says you can't be going above 10 miles per hour to encounter Pokemon in the wild. If you want to know what kind of Pokemon are nearby, click this icon in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. This will bring up a list of Pokemon that are nearby you. The number of feet under that Pokemon represent how far away you are from that Pokemon. The smaller the amount of feet, the closer that Pokemon is to your current location. If you're stuck in one location and can't be walking around too much, you can use incense. This is something you'll also get from Pokestops. What it does is it draws Pokemon to your location, and it's represented by this small pink cloud that circles around you. It lasts 30 minutes, and every time I've used it, I get about 4 Pokemon show up, and you're just going to capture these little Pokemon like you do everything else you find wandering around in the wild. When catching Pokemon, it's important to realize each one is different. Pokemon can jump, dodge, or deflect your Pokeballs. You'll want to wait till they're not jumping or dodging to throw your Pokeball. Timing is key. The colored circle inside of the white circle indicates how hard it is to actually catch the Pokemon, green being the easiest and red being the hardest to capture. For more EXP and a better chance of catching the Pokemon, you want to aim for that inner circle. The inner circle will also swell and contract as you try to capture the Pokemon. And of course, each one that you capture is added to your Pokédex. After capturing a Pokemon, you'll be rewarded with Stardust and candy specific to that Pokemon. So you're going to want to capture as many Pokemon as you can, even if you have a bunch of repeats. That way you can collect the candy. And that candy is going to be used to evolve your Pokemon. While traveling around, you're going to pick up eggs, and those can be found on the same page you find your Pokemon. Simply click on the word eggs to be taken to that screen. There you'll see all the eggs that you have so far. At level 5, you'll be able to put those eggs in an incubator and walk your way towards hatching them. Each one has a specific amount of kilometers required to hatch them. And now for some beginner tips so you don't get lost like everyone else. First, turn off the AR camera. This is going to save battery and make capturing the Pokemon that much easier. It keeps the Pokemon directly on your phone screen and away from your toilets. Next, have a team in mind when you first visit a Pokemon gym. Those are going to unlock at level 5, and upon your first visit, it's going to ask you what team you want to join. Raspberries are going to unlock for you at level 8, and Master Balls are going to unlock for you at level 12. These will be findable in the world and at Pokestops throughout your journey. The higher your trainer level, the higher the Pokemon's CP level will be when you encounter them. Pokemon also appear in different areas and at different times of day and when the weather changes, so check out new areas. But remember, stay safe. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't go anywhere dangerous. Also, don't Pokemon and drive. That's just crazy. Well, that's it for Geek Fried Mater's introduction of Pokemon Go. We hope this has been entertaining and informational. We're going to make more of these in the future, so click subscribe to always stay up on the latest and greatest. Also, here at Geek Fried Maters, we play a lot of games, and we're starting to make a lot of fun intros to the games we play. In the lower left-hand corner of your screen, you'll see Return of the Mater, which is a Lord of the Rings parody that we did right before playing Return of the King. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. It's been fun. Get out there and capture Pokemon, and be the best, like no one ever was.